Money is one of the weirdest things on earth. People either worship it, fear it, or pretend it doesn't matter. And somehow, all three groups are stressed. You've got people obsessed with money, checking their banking app like it's a heart monitor in an emergency. One bad number and it's, "Doctor, we're losing him." They check it in the morning. They check it at night. They check it in the bathroom like it's a medical condition. Some people don't even blink anymore. They just open the app and stare, like maybe the numbers will change if they glare hard enough. Then you've got people terrified of money, acting like learning about it will summon bad luck. Like if they say the word budget 3 times in a mirror, a debt collector appears behind them. They don't want to know their balance. They don't want to check. They don't want to learn. They treat money like a haunted house. If I don't look at it, it can't hurt me. And then you've got people who say money isn't important while sitting in their paid-off house, drinking a coffee that costs more than your hourly wage, telling you it's not about the money. Yeah, okay. They've got savings. They've got investments. They've got a financial safety net so thick it could catch a falling piano. Or it's the complete opposite. The people who say money isn't important are not the kind of people I want advice from, because taking money advice from people who don't care about money is like taking relationship advice from someone who got divorced and lost the house, their sanity, and the dog. And the crazy thing is, everyone's confused, not because money is complicated, but because nobody ever explains what money actually does to your life. My name is Prophet Prince, and today I want to clear something up. Not to sell you dreams, not to tell you to quit your job tomorrow, not to promise you a Lamborghini by next Tuesday, but to help you finally understand why money feels so heavy and why getting it right changes everything. Because money isn't just numbers. It's not just notes. It's one of the most important things in your life that control a large part of your thinking. Money controls how you wake up. Some people wake up peacefully, stretching, smiling, checking the weather. Other people wake up and grab their phone like, please don't be on overdraft. They don't even check messages first. They check their bank, because if the bank is bad, everything else is bad too. Money controls how you sleep. Some people sleep like babies. Other people sleep like they owe somebody 5 figures. Their brain never shuts off. It runs numbers all night. Rent, bills, food, gas. It's outrageous. Money controls how you argue. Couples don't fight about money. They fight about everything money touches. You never listen. You don't respect me. I'm so done with you. And somehow it all started with a £40 Uber Eats order. Money controls how you choose. You don't ask, do I want this? You ask, can I afford this? That's not freedom. That's budgeting with fear. And pretending otherwise is how people stay stuck for decades. Let's talk about the biggest lie you were ever told. Money doesn't matter. To be honest, you only hear that from people who don't have to check price tags anymore. You never hear someone at the grocery store with a calculator saying, money isn't important. They're like, do I want eggs or do I want rent? Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys not having a panic attack in aisle 3. Money doesn't make you happy, but it removes the things that make you miserable. That background anxiety, that low-level stress humming in your chest like a fridge you can't unplug. That feeling that something bad is always loading, even on good days. You know that feeling. You're laughing, you're eating, you're technically fine, and your brain still goes, yeah, but don't get too comfortable. When your phone buzzes and your stomach tightens before you even look, not because it's a text, but because it might be a bill. That's not peace, that's suspense. When your email loads and you hesitate. When a letter shows up in the mail and you think, who do I owe now? When your car makes a new sound and you immediately turn the radio down like that's going to help. You don't even panic out loud. You whisper, please be nothing. I swear I'll stop speeding. That's money stress. Financial security doesn't mean you're rich. It means you're not scared. It means when something breaks, you don't break with it. It means when life throws you a surprise, you don't immediately go into survival mode. Because when money is tight, everything feels personal. A late fee feels disrespectful. A parking ticket feels like a personal attack. A dentist appointment feels like a luxury vacation. But when you're financially stable, problems shrink. They don't disappear, but they stop yelling at you. You stop flinching when your phone vibrates. You stop living like one wrong step will send everything crashing down. And something strange happens when that pressure leaves. You breathe differently, you talk differently, you make better decisions. Because fear is a terrible financial advisor. And calm lets you think. That's what money actually buys. Not happiness, not excitement, not luxury. It buys calm, it buys space, it buys the ability to pause before reacting. And that changes everything. When your nervous system isn't constantly on high alert, you finally get to be yourself again. Not the stressed version, not the desperate version, the real one. And most people have never met that version of themselves because money stress has been running the show for so long. Now let's talk about stress. Because most people are stressed about money all the time, not occasionally, not just during emergencies, constantly. They wake up stressed, go to work stressed, come home stressed, go to sleep doing math in their head like they're studying for a test they never signed up for. And the worst part, they've normalized it. They say things like, that's just adult life. No, that's just untreated financial anxiety. Being tired all the time isn't maturity. Being irritable isn't ambition. Being constantly worried isn't normal. It's stress that's been left unchallenged for too long. Money stress makes small problems feel massive. You ever notice that when money is tight, everything feels heavier? You spill coffee and it ruins your day. You miss a turn and it feels like fate is against you. Someone asks you a simple question and you snap. But when you're financially okay, you spill coffee and go, damn. Anyway, same coffee, different nervous system. Money stress shrinks your thinking. You stop dreaming, you stop planning, you stop asking big questions. You don't ask, what do I want my life to look like? You ask, how do I survive this month? That's not ambition, that's damage control. And people stay in that mode for years, sometimes decades, without realizing how much it's costing them. Money doesn't just limit what you can buy, it limits what you can choose. People stay in jobs they hate because the bills don't care. People stay in relationships they've outgrown because splitting rent feels impossible. People skip the dentist because they're scared of the bill. Money becomes the decision maker. And you just follow instructions. You don't choose what's best for you. You choose what hurts the least right now. And then people wonder why life feels heavy. It's because every decision is filtered through fear. Fear of running out, fear of falling behind, fear of making the wrong move. And fear is expensive. It costs you health, it costs you relationships, and it costs you time. Now let's talk about time. Because this is where it really gets disrespectful. Most people trade their time for money with no strategy. They work longer, commute further, answer emails on weekends, cancel plans, and say this is just how it is. But here's the uncomfortable question. Are you really building a life or just paying for one? Money can be replaced. Time cannot. When money becomes the priority, time disappears. And when time disappears, relationships suffer. You're physically present, but mentally exhausted. You're there, but not really there. That's why money is one of the biggest causes of arguments and breakups. Not because money is evil, but because stress changes people. It makes conversations tense. It makes small issues explode. It turns partners into opponents. Now let's talk about wealth, because people get this wrong too. Wealth isn't cars. It isn't logos. It isn't flexing. That's spending. Real wealth is options, the ability to say no, the ability to walk away, the ability to slow down, the ability to choose based on values, not desperation. That's freedom. Being able to take time off without panic, handle emergencies without stress, support people you care about without resentment. That's what money is actually for. And yet people tell themselves wealth is about luck, that rich people were born into it, that they got lucky, that it's not for people like them. That's another lie. Most wealthy people aren't reckless spenders. They're boring with money. They're disciplined, they're intentional, they're patient. They didn't stumble into wealth. They learned how money works. Here's the truth nobody likes hearing. Money is not the goal. Money is the tool. And like any tool, if you don't understand it, you'll hurt yourself with it. But when you do understand it, it builds your life. It gives you peace of mind, better health, stronger relationships, better decisions. So the real question isn't how much money do you have? It's this. What do you believe about money? Do you believe it's stressful, hard to get, only for certain people? Or do you see it for what it really is? A tool, a multiplier, a support system. Because once you change how you see money, you stop chasing it blindly and start using it intentionally. You stop surviving and start designing. And that's when everything shifts. If this hit you, if it felt like I was talking directly to you, then this channel is for you. So hit subscribe, not for me. For the version of you that's tired of being stressed, tired of being stuck, and ready to think differently about money. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about money, we break down modern wealth strategies, how to build income, how to protect it, and how to use it to escape the financial rat race. No get-rich-quick nonsense, no fake gurus, just real systems for real freedom. And also, make sure to share this with one person who's always worried about money. Because honestly, that needs to change. And if it helped you, it might help them too. Before we part ways, remember, the goal was never to be rich. The goal was to be calm, free, in control. That's the energy that our future selves live in. So that's the energy we cultivate every single day.